was very brave today and I want to talk about it. Welcome back to In the Midnight Hour, where I talk about whatever's on my mind. Might be talking into the void, maybe I'm talking to you. This morning I got up at 5 a.m. and me and my mum got in the car and we went down to Trig Beach, and then we ran into the water with 240 other women, and it was one of the best things I've ever done. It was amazing. As a kid, you could not get me out of the water. I was always in there, whether it would be the pool or the sea or the river. You know, my parents would be at the shoreline screaming at me like, "We're going now." I'd be like, "What? Can't hear you. Let me stay in." I just always loved swimming. And then I hit about 15, 16. My body started changing. My skin was pretty bad and I was just very self-conscious, and I decided it wasn't a thing I was going to do anymore, which is insane, really. But, you know, I was young. I get a lot of girls would feel like that. And then in my adulthood, I think I went 4 years without getting in the water once because I didn't want anyone to look at me. I didn't want any attention on me. I didn't want anyone to know that I existed. And I closed myself off to a lot of things. There's a group here in Perth called Seagulls, and they meet like, I think it's most weeks, but not every week. They get there at sunrise and they all just run in together, and the whole idea behind it is it being like just a free space for women, where you don't have to think about what you look like. And I'm not gonna I've always wanted to go to one, but I was skeptical. Don't know how to word this right. Like I get the you know, body confidence movement, and I'm happy for people, but I've always had these really weird standards for myself. And I always thought, well, I'm the one person that can't be proud of their body. Does that make sense? Like, I've never once looked at anyone and been like, they should be ashamed of their body, except for myself. And I know that there's a lot of people that probably think that, because we are so hyper aware of ourselves all the time, and especially women, because we've been trained to be performative. You know, there's that quote about men go through life observing, and then women go through life observing themselves being observed. But my mind was totally changed today. It was one of the first times I felt truly not even body positive, but body neutral, where my body wasn't even on my mind. And, you know, I think there's all this pressure to like love your body and flaunt it within the body positivity movement. And in some places that's great, but really what I need is just like to step out of that completely and just realize I am not my body. This is just a physical vessel for what's up here. Do you know what I mean? And like what's in here. This is just my physical being for my experience on this planet. And there were so many different body types there and so many ages. I don't think I've actually been involved with something that has been that many people and no men. And, you know, I'm not a man hater. I have very wonderful men in my life. I love a lot of men. But you do need those spaces where they're out of the picture. Because, you know, I work in the city. There's a lot of men in suits wandering around, and you do just, every man you walk past, you see them look you up and down, and you know they're casting some sort of judgment, whether that be like if they're trying to work out whether you are a viable sexual partner or whatnot. And it gets exhausting knowing that, you know, all that, but this just felt, I don't know, I've never experienced something like that before. I mean, on top of that, the dopamine rush from getting in that cold water was very, very real. My body kind of seized up. My muscles started like seizing, not in a like seizure kind of way, but just it was kind of hard to move. And then once I relaxed, it was so nice. Oh my God, definitely going to be doing it again. And I will leave all the details for the Seagulls page. I think it started in Perth, but there's one in Queensland, one in Hawaii, I think, and then there's like little pop-ups around. So I'll see what else there is, and I'll link them all below for people. But I'm sure like that there'll be something similar in your area. And it just set the mood for the whole rest of the day. We went to the markets after, we did a bit of meditation, and the whole day, I was not concerned about what people thought of me. I mean, I had no makeup on, like now. This is a rarity. My hair's wet, nothing on my skin, but I don't really care that much because at the end of the day, how I look is literally the least interesting part about me, you know? And it's good to remind yourself of that your appearance really doesn't fucking matter. I can say that my cup is very sufficiently full today, and I can't wait for the next one. So yes, if you've been thinking about doing something like that, I recommend it. It was fantastic. So yeah, that's my little ramble for the evening. I hope that kind of made sense. I'll see you very soon. Bye. Oh, by the way, I still have a load more to print, but see all these things. This is comments that you guys leave that really make an impact on me. I mean, I have enough to like print down to there. I've just been lazy and haven't done it yet, but they're all on a file on my computer. But yes, I really, really do appreciate what you guys say, and I read these most days, and it just pumps me up. So thank you. Love you guys. Yes, I'll see you soon. Good night.